hopefully everybody's on the right tyres
And there's just a massive crash. It's like, oh wait, are we actually racing?
yeah, exactly. Welcome to Codemasters. Welcome to Codemasters.
So no one's on the hard tyres.
Yeah, well, I mean, was anyone actually starting on the hard tyres before? That is the question.
I mean, I would have.
Why?
Why not?
That's fair.
Why not?
That's a fair rebuttal. That's a perfectly fair rebuttal. No, I think the hards are genuinely terrible around this track, so I would be very surprised to see those
Oh god, they're
on the
worse in
cards.
Canada.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about the hards. Actually, I had decent pace on the hards at Canada, but that's because you did like the full fuel load on hards, which does not work. Right then,
Yeah,
okay.
that was my mistake.
Yeah, so, for everyone who's just now joining us, we'll run through the grid once again if you have time before they get back round. It's Jitsikev taking the pole position. Unique J joins him on the front row. Castengel, your championship leader, he will start in third. Holland Campion, his Dutch rival and last time race winner in fourth. X90 G in fifth. Thunder 50-50 in sixth. Geek Fusion 7th, first of the Aston Martins. Kanan in 8th in the Williams. Revkov in 9th, Alfa Romeo, and Tiger Assassin rounding out the top 10. First car with free choice of tyre, and first car on the medium compound of tyre will be Wolfie. He's just outside the top 10 in 11th. J&B Surreal lines up alongside him in the Alpha Tauri, his teammate, making it an Alpha Tauri 12th and 13th on the grid. He'll start on the softs behind him. Billy Misu in 14th in the second of the two Aston Martins. Spanel in 15th, and De Hebler rounding up the back of the grid. And I got worried there because I thought it just told me that Spanner was on the hards. Yes, we are back, Ben. You're very vigilant today.
Yes, vigilant as ever.
Exactly. Right then, so Jitsikev will assume his pole position slot. Speaking of grid
and
slots,
I get a very nice view of the start from what looks like a helicopter cam.
Oh, that sounds nice. It doesn't give me those nice camera shots. Alright, let's get the UI off the screen. We're going to go to 5 red lights momentarily, and when they go out, we will be racing here in Silverstone. The revs build, and they're away. Jitsikev gets off to a good start. So does Holland Campion from the second row. Jitsikev streams out into the lead as we head in towards turn 1 and keeps ahead of the charging bulls behind. Cass has dropped back to behind one of the Red Bulls there as well. He's going to go round the outside. Jitsikev is locked up there, and he's gone off. And that's going to allow Unique J up into the lead of this race. Holland Campion trying to follow him through and make it a Red Bull 1-2, and Unique J has stopped on the track. No, he hasn't. He's still leading. Right, okay, I think you've got some lag there. There's a Red Bull 1-2 at the moment, then there's a head down in towards Luffield corner, and now Jitsikev losing the lead and falling but far behind, and Unique J with a lot of lag there. That could potentially be an issue for him. We might have to see him come into the pits and retire from the race, but otherwise, a very, very clean start here, Ben.
Yeah, everyone got away fairly decently. Jitsikev having that lockup which put him into
wheel to wheel into cops between Thunder and Kanan, and GSI Bates getting involved but goes off the track and keeps it all nicely together and out of someone else's side pod.
There's J&B Surreal getting past Wolfie. Wolfie's had a terrible start. From 11th now down to 13th. He's got a lot of ground to make up as he's now going to come back on the inside of J&B Surreal. Geek Fusion's now making a move on that. No, he's not.
Revkov and Thunder getting up close and personal. The exit of Stowe corner, now down in towards the Bale chicane. Revkov aggressively, and he sent it down the inside, but he's in the gravel now. He's going to lose another position to Kanan and possibly to Tiger Assassin. Indeed, he does. But he had a car up there in the background. That looked like it was Wolfie. It was Wolfie, and his start goes from bad to worse.
Cryptech in the chat saying he's got Holland on board. Unique J isn't lagging, so...
Isn't lagging, okay.
No, he is not lagging. That's
very
great for us, as Tiger Assassin now getting past Revkov down the inside. Nice move from the Englishman who only joined during qualifying, so...
And I'm having a look up here at Jitsikev and Holland Campion as Jitsi looked to the outside line there, but nothing doing against his Dutch rival, and now through Luffield corner. Can he get a better exit and use some of his battery as we head down towards Cops? The last time we saw a Red Bull going side by side at Cops, it didn't exactly end too well, but no dramas on this occasion between these two. Oh dear. That's not
Yeah,
good.
Jutsikev, I think he was just trying to get himself squared off at the exit of left field, so he could maybe make a move into Cops, but thankfully that didn't happen. As all Jutsikev runs a little bit wide at the exit of Maggots and Beckett. He's going to have a lot of dirt now on his tyres. But meanwhile, a Red Bull 1-2. When have we seen this before?
Ooh, yeah, I don't know where we've seen this before.
Cryptech, we will keep referring to the Max and Lewis incident as long as we please.
Indeed we will.
It's telling me that Tiger Assassin is, Redcov's a minute and 32 seconds behind the leader.
That's a glitch from last year's game, I think, actually. It usually updates after they cross the line, but the gap out in front coming down now, so it's just 0.4 of a second between the two Red Bulls. Holland Campion trying to make it 2 wins from 2 races. The DRS open now on his teammate. He's going to have a go here on Unique J into the next one he is, and it didn't look like Unique J's going to let him through here, but either there's been a breakdown in communication.
Holland's got to watch out, though, because Holland was very much to the left-hand side of the corner, but that compromised his run.
Geek Fusion and next Natty G now, going wheel to wheel on the exit of
side by side into Cop's corner.
Here we go. Who backs out here? Natty's trying to charge it round the outside. Can he get this move to work? No. Geek Fusion keeps it on the inside.
A little bit wide off the exit of Cops.
I think Holland Campion's going to have a go here on Unique J coming out of the Chapel corner. Unique J's wide.
Unique J's gone very wide, and this could be an easy as you like move, but he's got to watch out now because of Jutsikev. Jutsikev can go down the inside of Unique J. So Unique J, in the space of a straight, has gone from first to third, but Jutsukev's gone a bit wide. Unique J's still sniffing at the back of that.
He's sending it.
Is he going to go down the inside? No, he's not. Jutsikev tries sending it on Holland Campion.
Oh, and look at that, Jutsikev blocking Unique J on the exit of the corner to compromise his run down the main straight, and that is how easy it is to get absolutely freight trained around this track in a DRS train.
Unique J's down the inside.
That could have been...
Bates picks up the first 3-second time penalty of the race, and now this is just allowing Cash Dengle to go down the inside.
And he's got a better exit, but that's going to be a tough send to get past. They both have DRS now down the Wellington straight, and now on the outside line, can Unique J keep a hold of his podium position? No, he can't. He goes wide. That could allow Geek Fusion through as well, and indeed it does. And just like that, in less than a lap, Unique J goes from first to 5th.
Yeah, Unique J just needs to get back into his rhythm now, but he's now got Natty G behind him. Oh, a bit of lagging happening.
Oh, this is going to get interesting into Cops corner. They're going side by side, and there's a lot of lag. But these two still wheel to wheel, going into Maggots, into Beckett's. Oh, and Unique J going off the track there. This is very, very strange. He's the only car who's lagging on the track for me.
Cash Dengle picks up the 3-second time penalty.
That could be big. I've got a car off, and that's Revkov. Revkov off.
Oh,
and Revkov lost his front wing.
Revkov had such a great qualifying session, and I wonder if he's just clipped the inside curb at coming to Maggots and Beckett for the car to spin around anyway, if such it did. As, Unique J lagging now quite badly in front of that Ferrari.
As now the battle for the lead is hotting up here between Holland Campion and Jutsikev. 0.4 of a second now is the gap between these two as you look backwards from the Red Bull towards the Haas. Coming now into the loop. And now on the exit, this exit is vital. We've got yellows in sector 2. Not too sure why, but now Jutsikev will have DRS. He'll have the advantage of the rear wing opening up. It gives you some extra speed down the back straight to try and make a move on your rival. But as they arrive at Brooklands corner, just a little bit too far back there, still got yellows at Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Is that on the exit once again?
Now just been deployed as Castengle's not too far. He's not too far behind Jutsikev. I mean, the gap's still roughly at 6/10, so I wouldn't count out Castengel or Geek Fusion for that matter.
Indeed, not at this stage in the race. That's how they come through Maggots, Beckett's, through Chapel Corner, and now we'll see what kind of gap that Jutsikev can close on the Red Bull in front of him. He's had a good exit. I think Holland went a bit wide as well, coming down the hangar straight. That has affected his momentum now going into Stowe. but nothing that Jutsukev can do on this occasion, or maybe there is into the Veil chicane. Holland's going to go defensive. Jutsukev's going to look to the outside, switch to the inside perhaps. Doesn't do it on this occasion. These two perhaps just trying to pull away from Cass and the rest of the cars behind.
Yeah, Unique J and Natty, they've now closed up to the back of this train, so it's now a 6-car fight for the lead, all of them in a DRS train. Thunder has got Kanan right behind him for good company, and they are also gaining on this train in front. So I wonder if Holland Campion is forming a little bit of a roadblock here.
Good old trolley train, you love to see it. But I'm sure
Jutsukev in a while.
I'm sure that Jutsukev would not like to be looking at the rear of that Red Bull for too much longer in this race. Lap 6 of 26, so still a long way to go in this race. Haven't got to about quarter distance yet as I go in towards Cops Corner. No one really close enough to have a go on the car in front. We'll come back down here to Kanan and to Thunder, a battle that you mentioned a little bit earlier on then, as they're now coming up towards Cops Corner, and those two are nowhere near side by side, but they're going to be working on it throughout this lap, I am sure.
Yeah, I just saw Kanan coming to Cops Corner. He was downshifting into 7th, so full tank of fuel, worn soft tyres. Maybe there's just not enough confidence in these drivers to take Cops Corner flat out just yet.
There's Geek Fusion closing onto the back of Cass, but nowhere near enough ERS to think about having a go at any point there. Jutsukev as well, kind of just hovering around that 3/4 barrier, where he's not quite quick enough in a straight line to overtake Holland in front of him.
Maybe a bit of team orders from AlphaTauri as JMB Surreal gets past his teammate GSY Bates. JMB Surreal not in a bad position at this point in time. He is only... no, that's the wrong one. He's only... well, he's 11.5 seconds off the lead, but he is on a set of mediums.
And again, that could definitely pay dividends later on in this race. Geek Fusion taking a bit of a different line there compared to some of his rivals around him, maybe to try and duck out of that dirty air. But now look at Jutsukev and Holland.
Here we go.
They're going side by side into Brooklyn's corner. Now round the outside goes Jutsukev to reclaim the lead that he lost on lap 1. But Holland puts up a very robust defense. We'll have the driver round the outside. But look at the run that Jutsukev has as well. This is great defending here from Holland in the Red Bull. It's great attacking from Jutsukev in the Haas. They're going up towards Cops Corner now. Does Jutsukev try and take a risky move here into Cops? No, he doesn't on this occasion.
Tobster is wanting a crash at Cops Corner. No, we do not want to see that. not now, and hopefully not ever. Right. As they now come out of Maggots and Bear Kits, Jutsukev still runs a little bit wide.
I think that's just the dirty air. But he's so
he's
close,
now in the
he has to go for a move.
Holland's to the inside. Jutsukev going to go around the outside.
He's going to try and hold it.
He does. He's run a bit wide though. This is going to allow Holland back down to the lead. Jutsukev's got the inside corner though, and oh, here comes Cash Dengle now. Cash Dengle is going to look for a move. Jutsukev's going to go around outside of the final corner. Holland Campion's now going to go to the inside. He's weaving like crazy. Cass is going to go around the outside of turn 1. There's contact between him and Jutsukev.
And Cass forced off the track there really, and nowhere else for him to go. But he's coming down under pressure now from Geek Fusion as well, who tries to push him off at turn 3 at every single British Grand Prix in the Premier Series. We've had a British driver on the podium. Is now going down the Wellington straight once again. Look at just
to the inside this time.
Holland leads in the rim on the inside, going to try and work it now round the outside of Brooklands and in towards the next corner. But now once again, Holland positioning his car absolutely beautifully as they exit this corner now and through Woodcut towards Cops. Does Jutsukev go for a bold move? You get the feeling that to shake Holland Campion, he needs to go for something brash here. It's not really working for him at the moment, despite that DRS advantage.
Oh, Unique J has stopped on track on my screen.
Yeah,
and
he has on mine. Oh, and he's left the session. So Unique J retires from this race. As now, with DRS open once again, down the hangar straight in towards Stowe Corner. Holland goes defensive very late. Jutsukev again trying to go around the outside, and he gets there before they get to the break. Why are the 5 red lights coming on?
I'm not having any 5 red lights on my screen.
Yeah, it just showed me the 5 red lights coming on lap 8. It's a bit late game. It's a little bit late that. As they have picks up a 3-second time penalty as well.
Thunders now came into the pits. You would assume lap 9.
Is this...
hard tyres maybe? Or is he going to try a two-stop?
It's for a set of
It's a
the
set
mediums. And it's a good Ferrari pit stop from the Ferrari crew. Thunder gets sent out back on his way. As a Geek Fusion trying to make his way past Cash Channel here. Going in towards the next corner. He's going to go down the inside, is he, at Brooklands? Tried it.
And it's lights out and away we go for lap 9 of this British Grand Prix. We didn't need the last 8 laps.
A 9 minute 49.9 fast lap of the race by Unique J. Well, that is certainly something. This game is so broken.
A bit wide at Cop's corner.
As now, will Holland be able to stick with Jitsikev through these critical laps in the race, then allow him to build a gap of over a second? As DRS open once again for Holland Campion, and it's open for the 2 cars behind him as well, as Geek Fusion once again trying to have a look at Cash Channel, your championship leader, as they head in towards Stowe Corner.
Yeah, this reminds me a lot of the Premier Series last season, where the top 5 and top 6 drivers were so close together that no one really wanted to make a move.
And Natty going for the undercar.
Natty's obviously talking with Thunder 50-50. He's saying that tyres feel really, really good. As Holland Campion now picks up a 3-second time penalty.
And we just saw him pick that up running over the track limits there at turn 1. But now we'll have to wait and see how effective this undercar is. The undercar is usually fairly powerful around the track. We've got yellows in sector 3, and that's Billy Misu who's gone round, but he's kept going in the right direction. As now
let's just see where Natty comes out.
And surely now we will start to see these guys out in front respond to the 2 Ferraris. Ferrari have definitely pulled the trigger here in terms of the strategy, but already there, it looks like just visually on the mini-map that Thunder is a lot closer to Natty than he was before. Lap 10 of 26 here. Mediums can probably fairly easily take you to the end from this point, but it will be a bit touch and go.
Yeah, it's the top 4 still within 1.1 seconds. That is just crazy.
That is indeed
Holland
crazy.
Campion looks like he's about to set a move up on Jitsikev.
Yellows
in sector 1.
J&B Surreal is round at Cop's corner on the outside.
And here we go, Holland Campion round the outside of Jitsikev.
He's making it work.
Jitsikev's still hanging in there.
They don't come into the pits. Geek Fusion pits. But these 2 still battling out here in front as the game's giving me terrible camera angles again. But now Holland ahead of Jitsikev coming down the main straight. Just having a look into turn 1, is he? No, not on this occasion. These 3 have been separated by absolutely nothing. You can throw a big blanket over all of them as it stands at the moment, but Jitsikev going to the inside at turn 3, but nothing doing there. How did they not touch? And Cash are still trying to make a move on both of these 2 for the lead of this race, but all this is doing now here, Ben, is allowing Natty, allowing Thunder to close the gap that they need to close to make the undercut work.
Jitsikev
but now
is just going to come back at Holland Campion. Is he going to go around the outside this time? Holland might just squeeze the door on him. No, he doesn't. He's going to have a wider line, and if he can, he might just square off at the corner. And if you're Cash Dengle, you might be enjoying this battle a little bit, but if you're Natty, you are absolutely licking your lips. And here goes Holland.
Into
inside of Cops. He's
going to be close. Oh, how did they not? Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, that is how you do it. You've just been absolutely shown up here by the drivers in the Premier Series, going wheel to wheel into Cops. No contact necessary, and they both get through nice and cleanly. But now, Holland Campion wants back past Jitsikev as quickly as possible. DRS flies up for the Red Bull once again. To the outside line. No, 3 wide for a minute there. Look at Cash Dingle down the inside. And Cash tried to do it. Mika Hakkinen. And now are they going to come into the pits? Cash comes into the pits. Holland stays out. Jitsikev also comes in.
Yeah, I just want to say Geek Fusion came in for a set of mediums and he's already got past his teammate Billy Misu, but Natty is now only like a second and a half behind.
We have to see where Natty comes out in relation to these cars. He does indeed have that DRS advantage as well. I think more importantly, it depends where Geek Fusion comes out, because Geek was right in that battle for the lead. As a Cass and
trying on Billy Misu, that's going to hold him up. Let's just have a look. I'm running on board with Geek Fusion.
Oh, and perhaps here this gap might be a bit larger than we thought. Cat's coming out of the pits. Geek Fusion coming through turn 1. It's going to be very close, but Geek Fusion's ahead. No, he isn't. He's alongside Cat Stengel, and he's ahead of Cat
Now he picks up
Stengel.
a 3-second time penalty.
And just there, we've seen how the effects of the undercut can work. Geek Fusion jumping Cass and Jutsikev. He is now
but
in
Natty's
the net
now
leader
right
for straight
behind
shooting.
Jutsikev.
And, well, he was there before anyway, so you can argue for Natty, it's not been as big a success as he would have been hoping.
Tobster saying it is hammer time for Yordi as Thunder picks up a 3-second time penalty.
And
Holland has to come in now, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, Holland has to
He's
react
going
to
to lose
this.
so much time as Thunder now gets past Billy Misu.
Goal
There's
hand-
yellow
oh.
flags, Billy Misu spun.
Perhaps he's goal handling for a safety car. No, Holland does come into the pits. Oh, that's going to be very difficult to stay ahead of Geek Fusion now. Could be Geek Fusion in the net race lead, unless Cash Stengel has something to say about that as they come down the Hannah straight now. As DRS open for the Alfa Romeo, he's going to look to the outside line. Here he is. These two rivals from the academy going wheel to wheel, and Cass sweeping around the outside up into 7th place. And you would have thought the net race lead. Holland Campion now just rolling down the pits. Cass coming through the final corner.
He's going to lose so much time here too.
Holland is going to lose a lot of time here. They're crossing the line
He could be
now.
behind Thunder at this rate.
He definitely could. Holland Campion just about coming out of the pits. Cass flashes through. Geek goes through. Wolfie goes through. Jutsi, Kev, Natty all jump Holland.
No, he doesn't. So, the biggest loser.
Oh, but he spun!
Oh.
He had a half spin.
And now that's going to
Jutsi
Kev. Not free wide yet on Wellington.
Oh, wow. Excellent racing there. No notes, guys. And Cash Stengel getting down the inside of Spaniel and all of that.
Wolfie
Holland
getting
Campion,
well out of the way of Natty.
yeah, and Holland Campion keeping it ahead of Jutsi Kev somehow there.
So at the moment, Castengel is your net race leader, then Geek Fusion, then Hollanders. Geek Fusion's going to go down inside at Spaniel at Cop's corner.
This could be interesting. Gets
and
the move
he makes
done.
the move, but he runs very, very wide now. I think that's what happens when you go down the inside of Cop's corner. As Natty is now all over the back of Jutsikev, who in turn is right behind Holland Campion. Will
Yellows.
Natty make a move as we got yellows? I think that's Billy Misil.
No
On a set of
damage.
hard tyres. Jutsikev's a lot closer to Holland. Here we go. Round the
Oh, wow.
outside.
It's going to work it.
It's as easy as you like if your name is Jutsikev. But now there is a bit of a roadblock in the form of Spaniel. On those 12-lap-old mediums, you'd expect him to come into the pits soon.
Yeah, they are both in Kane and GSY Bates, the last people on the softs to make that transition to the harder compound of tyre. As Jutsikev then puts himself back ahead of Holland Campion. Geek Fusion, though, still working away at the back of Cash Stengel in the battle for what is effectively the race lead. But Spaniel here really holding up the cars behind. Jutsikev, Holland, Natty, and to an extent Wolfie all stuck behind this Mercedes. Not for much longer, though, because here comes Jutsikev down the inside and gets the move done on the Merc. So that releases Jutsikev now to go and chase after Cass and Geek Fusion. He's really held up
Jutsikev
Holland
now
here.
needs to get a move on. Natty's also looking for a move. Will it be done into Cop's corner? No, I think he's a bit too far back. Billy Meese picks up a 3-second time penalty for his trouble. 7th gear entry into Cops. He's got such a big run. It's just the effects of the tyres in outside into Maggots and Beckett's. Very nice movers. Oh, Spaniel and Natty getting very close. Spaniel's tyres have just gone off the cliff, and for Natty this will just be an easy as you like move.
More of a formality really this move. Natty's going to look to the inside line, and Bob's your uncle, he's through. Textbook.
As the Hebler now comes in, you would suspect for the soft compound tyre, Hebler on that alternate strategy, and it is indeed a set of the Red Bull soft tyres. Castengel now leads the race. Geek Fusion only half-second behind. Jutsikev's now got a 1.4 second gap to close down as Natty picked up a 3-second time penalty. But Holland is not letting Jutsikev go. These two drivers have battled for the entirety of this race so far.
I've just cut back to them now, and it looked like Holland was inside Jutsikev's gearbox for a second there. So now have a look to the inside. Yes, he is. These two still battling here, going into Brooklands. And how did they not touch there? How did they not touch there?
Holland is pushing Jutsikev. He's saying, come on, we got a gap to push. Come on.
He wants to get on with this. Unfortunately, Holland, you can't bomb draft in F1.
We've got a yellow flag. That's for GSY Bates, who spun on the exit of Village. But Holland is so close behind Jutsikev. The gap's now 1.6 seconds to Geek Fusion, who's really close behind Cash Dangle, but he's got no ERS to play with.
Well, only 2/10, but he has got some DRS to play with now as he head down the hangar straight. DRS pops open for the Aston Martin.
Here we go.
Is he going to have a go here into Stowe? He's going to have a go on the inside of Stowe corner. Geek Fusion takes it to the lead of the race in the Aston Martin. As as Holland Campion now, and Jutsikev still going wheel to wheel on the exit of Stone into the next corner. Holland on the inside.
Going to hang it round the outside. This is going to.
And Holland
and
Holland says absolutely not there, and Natty's licking his lips now as they head down the main straight in towards turn 1. He's going to go for a move here. The Englishman in the Ferrari has not won a race since Hungary 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to happen on this occasion. But Natty is so close to Jutsikev, and this is going to end badly too. So I've just got a bad feeling about this.
Well,
Jutsikev's right up there on Holland Campion. He's going to go around the outside. He's got the outside line, and Holland doesn't even bother fighting that one. As meanwhile, Cash Dangle is still behind Geek Fusion. And I just got to say, these drivers are putting on a wonderful display here for the British fans.
They really, really are. The Aston Martin currently leads the way, but Jutsikev is closing, ever closing on the guys in front of him. 0.8 of a second now between Geek Fusion and Cass. I think Geek's used even more of his ERS to try and open that gap up a bit more. Lap 16 to 26, only 10 left to run in this race. Jutsikev and Holland and Natty have got a bit of a job to do if they want to close down this gap, which they do need to do for the win here today.
Yeah, Pierre just picking up on that point. We have to work together to catch the two in front. To which Cryptic then puts, like BCMR catching Dutchy.
Yeah, well, that's not incorrect, but Holland Campion looking at the inside. He's nearly hit the back of Jutsikev. That could have been very, very bad there.
There's only a problem with for Nat at the moment. With his 6 seconds worth of time penalties, he will be behind his teammate Thunder if Thunder can just close that gap.
So he really does need to get on with this now. He needs to get ahead of both of these guys and try and start closing that gap to Cass and to Geek in front.
Good evening, Black Country, for joining us. You have missed half of the race.
Over half.
But this has pretty much been what it has been like.
You've got J&B Surreal with no front wing at Woodcote.
Just pulling away. You have a suspicion now that Cass is just maybe biding his time with Geek Fusion. He gets a much tighter line coming out of that Luffield or Woodcote.
That's Luffield, and then Woodcote is the flat out right-hander before Cops, the slightly less flat out right-hander.
You'd have thought, being a British fan, I'd know my track corners by now, but his Geek Fusion he's got no ERS. He's got 5% ERS. Cass has 67.
Oh wow.
This could be just an easy as you like move. Cass is now deploying the ERS as these guys still not giving up with each other. Jutsikev now has no ERS.
Holland's still got quite a nice bank there. Billy Meese picking up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
You might wonder if that might be a manual retirement in the pit lane for Billy Misu, or he might go for the fastest lap. One of those two options.
Could be one of the two.
Thunder picks up a 3-second time penalty, so 99 doesn't have to worry. Geek Fusion now picks up a 6-second time penalty, which will put him well down the grid if it happens. If he was to finish at this rate.
Put him behind Holland Campion, I believe. Well, at the moment, realistically, Jutsikev's still winning this race.
As Natty picks up another 3-second time penalty.
Oh dear.
Keep it on the track, guys.
I've just realised something looking at the mini-map.
What's that?
So you see Jutsikev, Holland and ex-Natty G.
Yes.
Yeah, let's just say they're currently running in a formation that would please our Russian viewers.
I've only just realised this.
Oh, there you go. 0.6 of a second from the gap between the two cars fighting for the lead of this race. 1.3 seconds now the gap between Jutsikev and Katz. It came down to about 1.2, 1.1, but that gap ebbing and flowing all the time.
I'm sorry to say too, Saint, Holland is looking back on Jutsikev. It's happening again down the inside now at the end of the hangar straight, and that was an easy July move for Holland champion.
Gets it done.
And now Natty is looking for a move. But Jutsikev, this race is going so quickly, I can't keep up with everything.
We don't need a lull here, that is for sure. 1.2 seconds.
You just said it now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Natty has a half spin.
That could have been
the exit of Cop's corner.
Cop.
He's using the old pit lane to reverse.
I didn't even... That wasn't even a lull, I just said the word, but look at Cash Stengel now on the inside of Geek Fusion. How have they not crashed there, up at the loop corner? And now in the slipstream once again it's going to be Cass trying to make a move on his old Academy Series rival. Does Geek go defensive? No, he doesn't even bother. Cass on the inside now gets the move done, gets back into the lead, but goes wide. That's going to allow Geek Fusion back around the outside at Luffield corner. Can he pick up the traction on exit and try and slipstream the Alfa Romeo down this next straight in towards Cops? He's going to have a go. He's going to have a go into Cops, is he? This isn't over.
He's a little bit defensive. But this is just now allowing Holland, Jutsikev, Natty now just to close up a little bit, ever so slightly. The gap is now under a second for the three behind as Jamie Zero picks up another 3-second time penalty. At the back as Geek Fusion runs a little bit wide, that might be a warning for his troubles. They now come down the hangar straight. Geek Fusion isn't gaining. Cass burning off some ERS to stay ahead, and he does so for the time being. All I see behind Geek Fusion is a sea of white and red.
And blue. You know what that means. But now, look at this. Holland has caught up. Holland has caught up to these guys.
That's what I was saying, that the gap was slowly coming down.
It's not very quickly
ever so slightly, as Holland cuts turn one, like T at Marduk. Down into village now. These guys are so close.
But Holland there just popping over the 1 second detection. Did he get that before? Yeah, he did. He was within a second before they got to the detection point, so he still does have the DRS there.
Fire is on fire tonight. Indeed they are, Piero. They are absolutely on fire.
They've been nose to tail.
Cryptech says that he would have been spun up by a Ferrari.
Probably by Thunder. Yeah, it does sound about right.
Oh, you can't do him like that, Hussein. You can't do him like that.
Well, it happened in China, didn't it?
On lap 2, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
As Geek Fusion is now right in the back of Cass. He goes wide at Cops corner. Holland also goes wide at the exit of Cops. And with
Piero
with
the fire. Who said you wouldn't? Who said you would have been close to them, Cryptech? Oh dear. Oh, personally, I wouldn't have that. But now I think Geek Fusion's going to have that P1 off Castangle going into Stoke corner. DRS slams shot, and he slams the overtake and his authority on this field. Now he's going to go defensive in towards the next corner. Cass sending it. There's a bit of contact between the two.
Cass has got a nice switch back from the exit of the corner. He's pushing Geek Fusion.
Oh wow.
He's pushing him at the exit of Vale.
And look at how close all of these cars are now going up in towards turn 1.
Geek Fusion. Holland picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Disaster.
So if you're Jutsikev, you're licking your lips as you know a win is just so close.
Oh, Natty spun! Natty spun!
Pronto spinadas!
And Natty has dropped it.
Through.
Natty's dropped it just like Sebastian Vettel did, and now Cass is trying to get past Geek Fusion once again, going into Brooklands, even there's almost contact. It's getting a bit frosty up here at the front. It's getting a bit aggressive, a bit angsty with just over 5 laps left to run in this race. Through Woodcut now, up towards Cops corner. Can the Aston Martin make a move into Cops? I've been waiting to see a move here for the lead the entire race, so come on boys, get on with it. Nah, not on this occasion. 0.2 of a second, but it still separates these two as they head through Maggots, through Beckett's, and through the next part of Beckett's, and into Chapel Corner. And sliding all the time there was Cass. You could see the understeer in the Alfa Romeo as they went through there. Now look at Geek Fusion on the inside once again. Oh, and that's big news. And now here comes Holland down the inside of his Dutch right. He's down the inside of both of them. Oh wow!
Oh my god!
And
You
now
cannot script
Cas
this!
for double
It's Cas down the
overtake!
inside!
How did they not
Oh
touch?
my
And
god!
Jutsi Kev's getting forceful here with his Dutch rival as well through the
Well,
final
he has
corner.
to. This is for the net race lead though, Toussaint.
He does have to. There's only 4 laps left to go in the race, and into turn 1 once again, nothing that they can do. On this occasion, they've almost been dropped now by Holland and by Geek Fusion. These two are battling for the lead of this race because of penalties, and this race has just absolutely exploded.
Oh, I can barely keep up with the action. Meanwhile, if we look at position changes, Geek Fusion's gone up 6 places. De Hebler's gone up 8 places from where he started on the grid. So, keep going there. De Hebler's Holland champions pushing Geek Fusion around the corners.
As Holland's
Is he now
really,
going to make a move into Cop's corner? Here
Holland
we go.
really
He's
wants to
using
get
the
on with
ERS.
this. He's using his ERS. He can't use the DRS just yet, but Geek Fusion's got nothing left to play with in that
Robert
department.
Kossov, the man, the myth, the legend, welcome to the chat. This is amazing racing. I have to agree with you.
The Premier Series delivers
As
once
Natty picks
again.
up another 3-second time penalty, as Natty is right behind Thunder. Ferrari
Not
controversy
going.
inbound.
It's not going well for Natty at the moment, but it's going
Holland
well
now
for
on the
Holland
back of Geek
Campion.
Fusion. He's gonna
DRS
go to
open
the
once again.
inside. Here comes Cash Dangle now. The
It's gonna get frosty.
overspeed.
It's gonna get frosty between these. They're
Round
going
the
into
outside.
Stowe. They're still wheel to wheel. Cat's trying it
through.
round the outside. Cat's playing the angles beautifully in towards the Vale chicane. Cat's on the inside line gets the move done on Geek Fusion just
Geek
about.
Fusion sniffing his nose. It's just because
And
they're
Jessica,
around the outside.
and he's going to try it again. You're going into
got
turn
a
1, he
bit
gets pushed
wide.
off the track. Now side by side, going in towards corner number 1, and they get it done. But Geek Fusion, another 3-second time penalty for him.
Ted, I don't want to say what you said, but there might be a crash inbound.
Oh. That was very, very close. As you finished that sentence, Ben. As you finished that sentence, literally.
This is not looking good. As Jutsikev's now on the back of Geek Fusion. They are now just slowly getting dropped by Cash Dingle and Holland. So if it was to finish it as this, Cash Dingle would be your race winner.
We'll have to wait and see.
But don't say, never say never.
Never
3
do
laps
say
more of
never.
madness, Cryptech.
So I'm sure for Holland, for Cats, for Geek and for Gypsy Curb, they'll be willing to sort this out on the track as well.
Meanwhile,
They want to
Ferraris
have the...
of gearbox to front
they are.
bumper now, and here we go.
This could get a bit frosty between the 2 Ferraris. Who's going to establish dominance here in the Maranello team? As Natty, your season 2 champion, will he go for any brash moves on his teammate? That remains to be seen.
Oh, but they've got no ERS between them. Natty's going to go down the inside. Is Thunder going to look around the outside?
Oh,
He
look at
sure
Thunder!
is. Keep it clean,
Don't
boys,
put it-
please. As Thunder's going back down the inside.
Amazing racing
Is Natty going to
between
go
these
on
two.
the switchback? Now
He's
is.
going to try it. And now down the main straight once again onto lap 24. Now does Natty make a move? He's going to pop out into turn 1. Thought about it. That would have been very
Meanwhile,
risky.
the top 4 are so close together. It is like a human centipede at this point, but just with Formula 1 cars. He gets a good drive now onto the Wellington straight.
So close
Is he
between
going to look
these
for a moving
guys.
crash tangle? Not this way, and this is the best race I have seen in a long, long time.
This has been absolutely incredible between these guys.
As
Natty as
Natty and
well on the
Thunder.
inside of Thunder. They're almost crashing again. Just get some good points for Ferrari here, boys. But yeah, they're still battling each other
no,
now.
they're not so
Are they
angry. They're gonna go
they're
wheel to
wheel
wheel
into
into
cops.
Is it
Oh
not going to be a
my
Red Bull and
word.
Mercedes? Is it going to be the
Yeah.
Ferraris instead?
Natty tucks
As-
back in. Sensible stuff there, I believe.
Natty
now,
and Thunder
look-
racing because they missed on some
But
TV
could,
time.
but could this be Holland Campion about to get freight trained here by the 3 people behind him, all with
No, I think he's
DRS?
got it for the time being.
They all want to
Meanwhile,
have the
Natty
bragging.
and Thunder back at it, round 4 between these 2 drivers. Now we're going
Once
to go
again.
around the outside.
He's going to try it. Is he Natty going to the outside this time? Holland trying to... Thunder trying to keep it on the inside. Wheel to wheel into the Vale chicane once again. Thunder on the outside line. Forces Natty over the sausage curb there on the inside.
Thank you, Darian Alfie, with a raid of 3 people.
Oh,
Very
big thank you
much
to you.
like to see. As, oh, this is so close. Is now going to
Such
send it on
great
his
racing.
teammate? He is going to send it.
Oh, that was almost bad. That was almost very, very bad. Let's have a look from the back of Thunder's Ferrari, looking into the cockpit of ex-Natty G. We've got to be careful here that Kanan doesn't close in too much on them, though, as they do this battle. As now Natty having a look to the inside line. He's going to pull alongside his teammate. He's going to go past his teammate, is he?
Yeah, but it's
No.
all for nothing now. He's got 12 seconds worth of penalties. At this rate, he will be behind Kanan.
Oh dear, that's not great. But
Not
now,
great for Ferrari as
but
we
look
come
at
back up
Cass.
to the front.
look at Cass, 1/10 behind Holland. I have a
Oh,
feeling
they're
that
wheel to
Holland...
wheel into Cops. So
Oh,
the
my
Ferraris are
word.
wheel to wheel into Cops
My word.
corner. As it's, I can't put a camera on
Oh,
one
we're still wheel
driver.
to wheel. But look, Cass coming under pressure from Geek. Cass coming under pressure from
Yeah, but
Geek.
look at Jitsukev as well.
And just,
You know, we're going to
these
get a
guys.
last lap showdown.
It's just-
Jitsukev.
He's hit him. Going through Stowe.
We're going to
This is
get
gonna
a
be-
last lap showdown for the ages. Geek Fusion centered on Cass.
Oh wow,
What a
that was
dirty
aggressive.
move.
That was aggressive. Look at Jutsi Kev though now
Oh.
going down the main straight and
This is just allowing
nothing.
Holland Campion to get away.
Nothing doing, but here comes Geek Fusion into turn one. He's going to have a move on his academy rival. These two have 3 against history on track before, and Thunder picks up a 3-second time penalty, but we're not looking at that now. We're looking at the battle for the potential race lead here as it goes on to the final lap of the race. If Jutsi Kev wants to win, he has to pass Geek Fusion, and he has to pass this man, Cash Schengel. If Holland Campion wants to win, he somehow has to find about 6 seconds on this lap on both of those two, and for Geek Fusion it's somewhere in the region of about 9 seconds. This is going to be a very, very important final few corners for all of these drivers now if they want to consolidate their positions on this
Jitsukev
racetrack.
squared off nicely on the corner. He got his car. He's got his Haas very much squared off. He's in the
two
slipstream of Geek Fusion.
The two Ferraris still going at it as they go into Cops for the last time.
It's wheel to wheel into Cop's corner.
Once again, the two Ferraris taking it wheel to wheel through Cops. This could end in disaster. Natty on the inside, Thunder on the outside. They're still wheel to wheel going into Maggot's Beckton Chapel. We're going back at
Cass
the
goes a
two
bit
top
wide,
4,
though. Cass is
and Cass
going
is
wide.
wide.
He didn't have to raise the
This
RS
could be
quick enough.
it. This could be it. This could be the race win going here for Cass. But there's not enough ERS that Geek Fusion has to play with to try and get past his Dutch rival. And now going into the final sector, no one has ever won 3 races in out of the first 4. And
just
just see
sending it
Kev
on
on the
Geek
inside.
Fusion.
That's not going to matter for Cash Dengle because this man is going to win the British Grand Prix. And what a win it has been. These 4 have been absolutely inseparable for the entirety of this
Ferraris.
race. And the two Ferraris, Thunder finishes ahead of Natty on track. He'll be very happy with that, I'm sure, down at that team. But I don't think the debrief
Yeah,
over there will
Kanan
be
got
too good.
past Natty on penalties.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's not gonna. Matteo Bernat is going to be very disappointed with you, ex-Natty G.
Fantastic race. It is
Yeah,
one.
Hebler comes around in 8th. Tiger Assassin on such short notice, P9. He'll be very much happy with his result. GSY Bates now P10. Unique J coming across the line in P10. Thanks to GSY Bates' unserved time penalty. But meanwhile, Revkov and Wolfie having a last lap battle. This could get very much interesting. Down the outside is going to go Wolfie. Is he going to do it? He does
Yes.
as well.
And look at
Nice
Wolfie
moves,
making
Revkov.
moves.
Is Revkov
Could be
gonna get the
J&B
switch back in the
surreal.
final corner?
Oh,
No,
Richard
but
Revkov spins!
Oh.
Who got it? Did J&B overtake Revkov?
I think Revkov might have just got that on the line.
Oh, wow.
The
What
Hebler
a
gets
race.
driver of the day, no surprise there. Made 8 or 9 positions during the race. What a race. And that is your podium. Cash Dengel asserting his championship dominance once again. Jutsukev, a great race in second, and Holland, my mind's blown too, Saint.
Yeah, that...
If the Premier Series is
Incredible.
like that, what is the Super League going to bring tomorrow?
Oh, hopefully even some even more action. I expect
Maybe a
even
clash of
more
Cops
action.
Corner.
Perhaps. But yeah, that was an incredible race between these guys, and yeah, they can all be happy about their performance. But yeah,
But your results are Cash Dengel winning the British Grand Prix, Jutsukev in second, Holland Campion in third, Geek Fusion tried with all his might but got P4 in the end, Thunder 50-50 in P5, Kanan P6, he'll be very much happy with his result, X90G in 7th. The Hebler from 16th on the grid finishes P8. Tiger Assassin on very much short notice, finishing in P9. Unique J, after having some internet difficulties, finishes in P10. Spanel in P11. GSY Bates finishing in P12. Revkov, after having such a great qualifying performance, unfortunately finishes in P13. JB Surreal 14th. Wolfie 15th. Billy Misu retiring in the pit lane.
And yeah, an absolutely insane, incredible, magical, beautiful race. Yes, please stay in chat and we'll raid another. So we'll do a. We're going to be doing a raid. Is that how it works?
I assume so. I have no idea.
Okay. But yeah, it's an instant race reaction, perhaps. Well done to everyone in the Premier Series. That was an absolutely fantastic race.
Definitely up there with like best race of the season.
Right, so we are going to be raiding Patty Pad. I'm sure we'll go through.
We have 17 viewers so far.
18
Rectify. Imagine all this without penalties on the final lap at Stowe.
That would have
It could have ended in disaster, Rectify. That's all I'm gonna say.
I just wish that we could like have our own track limits on the game. Right? I think we've gone over now to the people. So that's going to be us done over here at Gavra Racing. But yeah, see you next week, guys.